Okay, now welcome back to the realm management platform. Now we're looking at the structure model. The structure model basically talking about everything about your buildings to your tenants, your units, landlord, vendor, lease, and contact. So let's go to the building. Okay, building basically is the buildings you're managing. You can say, yeah, you can also filter from the landlords. Maybe you have different landlords. Maybe you're an estate manager, you can put in the landlords, or you can decide to use a caretaker if you feel like. So that's it. So that's the building you're managing. The name, the address, the city, the state, the number of units in the building, and the status of the building. So let's say, let's create a building. So to create a building, first of all, what we have here is a building type. The building type can be residence. Residence as a single unit or commercial and multi-unit. So we say realm encompasses both single unit and multi-unit properties. So after you select, let's select the commercial units. So now let's see the name of the building. Imputed, the description, the purchase price. All these are optional, can be left alone. The tax for the building, the plan number of the building, the square meter, the status of the building. Is it current? Is it potential? Is it not potential? Is it sold? Impute. These are the longitude and latitude. The address of the building, the city the building is, the state the building is, the zip code, and the country. Then you save. And this build, when you save on the platform, this will actually, will actually give you to come down to one of these places. So if you follow through the finance model, you see where we add these places to impute buildings that the payment is coming from. So when you create a building, it will be accessible for you to impute transactions when building is coming from. So that's for building. So we've also created tenants. That's when a tenant has actually occupied our building, our unit. So it can be an individual tenant or a corporate tenant. An individual tenant is a single person, like an household, a wife, a man and a lady, or a single man or a single lady, the families or something. So that's for individual tenants. Or a corporate tenant, or a corporate organization. Maybe organizations are occupying your buildings. You can create a corporate tenant. Click on corporate and create, or click on individual, create an individual tenant. Let's create one for you to see. You can also search by building. Everything we do in OnRem is I will try to make things easier. So your filter is always there for you. You can filter by building the individuals in this building, and they will all come out for you. Like, okay, this is the individuals in this building. And it said to me, you see. So click on all to show all the individuals in the buildings. You can search by the tenant name to make it easier for you. So see the things about the tenant. So let's create an individual tenant for this demo. So individual tenant, you input the person's first name, you input the person's last name, date of birth, the gender, the building the person is in. After you've created your buildings, the unit the person is in. After when you select the building, you get units. Number of units, so you put the unit number. It can be G something, or however you decide to name your units. I have an address for you for the tenant address, the city, the state, the country, the zip code, the phone number of the tenant. Then you click on save. That's for tenant. So on this tenant platform, when you click on save, you get it on this dashboard here. And everybody can just come and see your tenant, and you can filter for them. So that's creating tenants. So when you're doing your finance module, you're doing payments and making payment, receipt payment, you can click on the tenants. After you create a tenant, for the tenant and issue receipt to this person. Before you issue receipt, you have getting their data, cutting the data, and able to use them perfectly. So let's look at units. So unit basically is the number of units in the building you have. So now you've created a building, you've created a tenant. Now let's create units. Creating units, you can say, okay, unit number, let me say your unit number is G something, you click the unit, write it, you create the building. You select the building that the unit is, the description, whatever I want to describe, the type of building, the individual, is it a duplex, is a bungalow, whatever, you put it type. Then you choose the tenant that is actually occupying that unit. You put the tenant's name and save. That's creating units. It helps you with your data, with records and everything. The landlord basically is talking about if you have an individual landlord or a tenant landlord. If you're managing an estate, you definitely have an individual, can have an individual. But if you have like a commercial area where you have, let's say, a commercial area, you can choose a corporate landlord. The same pattern, so let's say let's choose a corporate landlord. The business name, the company number, the registration year, number of employees in the company, address, state, country, office number, contact number, email, contact phone number, that's contact with the firm, people you talk to, the zip code, basically everything that has to do with understanding a company that is under your management, as in your property. So this gives you an overview of it. So you should create the landlord. It can be a corporate, this is a corporate landlord. You can also create an individual landlord and save. So then you can also create vendors. Looking at vendor, you can have individual vendors, maybe a certain individual that assists you in kind of repairs or assists you in the cleaning of cleaning services. You can create an individual, you can create a corporate vendor. These are people that companies that are into cleaning facilities, doing all sorts of other services for you, providing services for you that you can't get in-house by yourself. So these are the corporate vendors. So let's try and create an individual vendor. Looking at an individual vendor, you have the first name, the last name, date of birth, country, everything about this person that you can use in actually locating him if something goes wrong or reaching out to him will be created with the vendor in this model, in this part of it. So when you have created the vendor, that's when you can assign it to your finance or your work order and say, okay, this vendor is this vendor is that, the vendor is one carrying out these operations, and makes it easier for you. Lease basically talking about people that has moved out of your firm, people that have moved out of your, when they moved in, when they moved out. You can start by building, start by tenant name. So that's what lease is about. Now let's try and create something for you to understand better. So lease now is the day this moving, the day the tenant moving, can choose on your calendar. The day it moved out, the lease begin, the day the lease end today, the building, the unit, the person occupying, the tenant itself, the payment category, security deposits. That's for people and property manager take security deposits in case of damage or anything. Deposits, interest, rent amount that was for the rent, late fee charge. If you want to put a late fee charge on this person, for customers that are erring, that don't pay on time. Lease frequency, is it monthly, weekly, 3 months? Input. Rent increase type, do you increase your rent? Rent increase amount, put it there. So your comments. So basically that's what it is. You can decide when the tenant is leaving and when the tenant is coming. What just gives you an overview of my lease. Okay, and the good thing about it, when you create this, you can see it on the dashboard that somebody is supposed to leave this day, somebody is on this day on your dashboard. From our first finance model I talked about dashboard. So you can go there and see this list at a glance once you enter into your property software. So contact basically is just you, it's like a note for you. It's like you keeping contact of people in your, people in your company. Like maybe you have business with other people rather, and you just your contact person in that company, you can put his number here and create the contacts. Just input his number. It gives you an overview. You come back here, sharply individual, the person's name, they are better. This is optional. Mail, corporate details. That's if you have something to write about them. The image of the person, if you want to. There's also address details. This is things that assist you in putting the contacts and can get them immediately on So that is it for structure module, and I hope this has assisted you in understanding the finance module better. See you on next. See you next module. That's the admin functions.